peacefulness and tranquility you get from sleeping through a night's rain can be refreshing. Or a nightmare. Don't go insane. Call your friends in the roofing industry, Thompson Roofing and Reconstruction. Whether it's residential or commercial, we have an experience and knowledge to get the job done. Call us and have one of our Hague certified staff members assist you with your roofing needs. Visit us online anytime at thompsonroofing.us or give us a call.
I'm Major Spencer Smith, and I'm the full-time medical provider here at MedCom. So this is the vaccination of the COVID-19 vaccine. We received our dose of Moderna vaccine in here recently, and we're vaccinating the task force, the COVID task force. They're the ones that are being exposed to COVID patients every day, testing and seeing if we can help the state out to find our positive COVID people. Yeah, so the process here today is we have everybody checking in and they're really kind of confirming those who are most at need for the vaccine. And so there's a kind of a tier of those who are at highest risk, and we're making sure that those soldiers and airmen get vaccinated first. Once they're kind of checked in, we're able to give them a briefing, more or less counseling them on expected effects and the safety profile and everything with the vaccine, so everyone feels comfortable with it, being that it's currently voluntary. And then they are receiving their vaccine, and we're watching them for 15 to a half hour minutes after that, just to make sure that they're safe and not have any unexpected reactions. What I've been telling a lot of the soldiers who, being part of the Army and part of the Air Force, is we are vaccinated for a lot of different things, many of which we may never encounter in our lives, but COVID-19 is one that I think we're all pretty familiar with and have had, either ourselves or loved ones been affected by, and so this is a vaccine that I think is going to make a big difference in the current pandemic, but also in protecting the force, so that we're able to be healthy and respond to anything else that may come our way. I think one of the important parts of the vaccine program is the ongoing surveillance. And so if you were to be vaccinated, you're becoming a part of an active community of people who have received it, who are reporting any adverse events, who are helping people gather data, and so we can make this as safe as possible. Should we develop things in the future, we'll have a lot more to go off of. One of the things that we're implementing, and it's been encouraged by the CDC, is there's something called V-Safe. After you're vaccinated, you can register for. It sends out reminders, kind of checking in on you, see how you're doing, see if there's anything you have to report in terms of side effects you're having, and also sends out a reminder as your second dose is coming due. If you only get the one vaccine and not the second dose, it's not going to be as effective. And so it's been proven with the two doses, almost 94% effective, but if it's just one, I think there's still some uncertainty on how effective that may be.
My name is Sergeant Dontrell Johnson. I'm with the Virginia Army National Guard. I am in Charlie Med 429th Brigade Support Battalion. I am a 68 Sierra Preventive Medicine Specialist, and I act as my unit's S1. I do administrative tasks, pay, all sorts of things, and right now I'm helping out with the inauguration on the front lines, pulling security.
The Martin Luther King dream looks like to me as a place of healing, healing from hate, healing from anger, and a healing from violence. It's a dream of unity and freedom and camaraderie amongst all citizens of the United States of America.
Here lies the U.S. Capitol complex in Washington, D.C., a staple of democracy. These sacred grounds require protection 24 hours a day, and various units in the Maryland Army National Guard answered the call.
So we're out here providing site security for the Senate building. The overall mission is just to show that the public that we're here to protect democracy.
In preparation of the 59th presidential inauguration, the National Guard is working closely with local and federal law enforcement entities such as the Capitol Police to ensure the safety of others.
Working with the Capitol Police so far has been pretty good. You know, they've been nice to us, they've taken care of us, they've given us a place to bed down whenever we have to stay overnight.
The National Guard security presence also extends beyond the U.S. Capitol complex. They are slated to support various security checkpoints within the inauguration perimeter. For the Maryland National Guard, I'm Sergeant Chaz Kipler.
So the awesome thing about these things is that it has a 12-inch fording depth, so it can go through water. It also has great suspension going over multiple different kinds of terrain, very rocky or sandy. It has all-wheel drive if there's any mud or sand. These things are fun. I love this thing. I love this week driving it, especially going down on the sand today was a blast. We're just revving up down the side of the beach, going through all the mud. I'd never done anything like that before. Yeah, keep on fighting that good fight.
The seasons are changing. Are you ready for what's to come? Let the professionals at Thompson Roofing and Reconstruction help you protect one of your most precious investments. If your roof isn't in the condition you'd like it to be, let one of our professionals give you a free estimate today. Don't succumb to Mother Nature. Let Thompson Roofing and Reconstruction help you with any of your roofing needs. Visit us online or call today.
At Goodfellow Air Force Base, we refer to ourselves as Raiders. That namesake originates from the Doolittle Raiders, aircrew members from the legendary Army Air Corps unit, the 17th Bombardment Group. They helped turn the tide during World War II with their daring and surprise attack on Japan. We stand on their shoulders. The Doolittle Raiders and others that followed inspire us to go beyond what is possible. Breaking barriers and accelerating change is what we're best at. In 2017, the base refurbished the International Intelligence Training Center, honoring its commitment to fulfill national defense priorities by strengthening alliances and attracting new partners through international intelligence training. Our military training leaders blazed the trail for others to follow. In early 2020, two MTLs, Technical Sergeants Derwin Finley and Joseph Washington, earned the distinction of becoming the first master military training leaders in Air Education and Training Command history. Not only do they lead airmen, but they also lead MTLs at Goodfellow and throughout the rest of the command. In December of 2019, the Space Force was created. In September of 2020, Second Lieutenant Samuel Pisney became the first U.S. Space Force intelligence officer to attend the Air Force's 14N1 Intelligence Officer course at Goodfellow. This milestone facilitates the creation of future technicians and operators for the Space Force. We're not content with the way things are. We're constantly looking for ways to challenge ourselves, our environment, and ultimately the status quo. At the beginning of 2020, COVID-19 entered our state and our community, creating unprecedented challenges. It tested our resolve and provided us an opportunity to show that we are resilient in the face of adversity. Instructors from the 17th Training Group Special Instruments Training School printed 3D medical supplies. Medics from the 17th Medical Group activated a drive-in pharmacy, ensuring retirees receive the medications they need. And members of the 17th Mission Support Group created Mathis Beach, an outdoor fitness area that helps Team Goodfellow members maintain and improve their physical fitness. To ensure the health and safety of their students, the 517th Training Group at the Defense Language Institute Foreign Language Center in Presidio of Monterey, California, transitioned to 100% virtual learning. Best of all, our training didn't stop, and we continually produced warfighters for all branches of service. Almost overnight, we started teleworking, innovating virtual classroom learning for Airman Leadership School, as well as conducting live streams. All this in an effort to keep the mission moving and the virus at bay. Adapting to COVID continues to be challenging and difficult, but it hasn't stopped us from driving forward. We rucked in remembrance of a fallen Goodfellow warrior. We trained side by side with civilian law enforcement agencies, and we conducted exercises to enhance our readiness to respond to real-world threats. We proved to ourselves and the local community time and time again that we are Goodfellow strong. We embrace our heritage and the Raiders' namesake. We look to the future and the endless possibilities it brings. We're committed and inspired to do great things. We're focused on accelerating change, challenging the status quo, and thriving forward. We are Goodfellow.
Don't let Mother Nature get the best of you. Winter is coming no matter what we do, and the elements can be problematic for your roof, possibly leading to more damage to your most valued assets. Thompson Roofing and Reconstruction can help assist you with all your roofing needs. From residential to commercial, our skilled staff is dedicated to protecting your assets. Let one of our skilled members assist you throughout the whole process, with financing options available to qualifying customers. Don't let Mother Nature wreak havoc on your most valuable possessions. Thompson Roofing and Reconstruction, we're here to help.
There you go, that should be enough.
Arm again. My arm's over here. Oh, what's your phone number here? That's my guess. This form you'll take on the other side of the room. There's two sides. First set of tables is Army, next is Air Force. Go to that table, you give them this form, you're going to leave your card for like a time. We need to have you wait 15 minutes to make sure everything's okay. While you're sitting, they're going to put their name here, update ASAP. So you'll be green it. So are you
want to miss it then, Sergeant Jack? I'm allowed to do 5 civilian in there, so you know, I don't want to lose it.
It's like the gears out there floating around. I'm like,
what's your down?
I figured it out.
Right? Okay, so I'm going to give it to you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and pick that form. You can see, you just need access to your document.
Hello, I'm Airman First Class Zoe Wiggins, and welcome to the AFN Europe Report. The COVID-19 vaccine has arrived in Europe, and a lot of questions have come along with it. We sat down with the head of Regional Health Command Europe, Brigadier General Mark Thompson, to learn about the vaccine and the distribution plan for U.S. military communities in Europe.
We're going to start vaccinating first our frontline healthcare providers and our first responders in our community and kind of work out our systems with those groups. And then really probably shortly after the first of the year, we'll begin to receive vaccine for the rest of our population in Europe. And I can't say strongly enough that I really urge people to take this both safe and highly effective vaccine to both protect themselves, but also to allow us as a community to kind of get back to a sense of normalcy as quick as we can. The big reason why our inpatient medical providers and first responders are the first to receive the vaccine is they are the group among us that do not have the choice of being able to physically distance themselves from the people they're taking care of. They have a lot of protective equipment that they are required to wear as a result, but really the risks that they take on a daily basis for the rest of us, really make them the highest priority to receive the vaccines. Since it has been approved through an emergency use authorization, it is not mandatory. There was a lot of scrutiny to these vaccines that, given the situation, makes me feel they're extremely safe. And like I said, potentially the safest vaccines I've seen delivered to the public during my career as a physician.
That's all for the AFN Europe Report. Thanks for watching.
The New York National Guard struck a big blow to the pandemic with the arrival of the first COVID-19 vaccines at Camp Smith's training site.
Currently, we're going through the COVID-19 vaccine produced by Pfizer. So soldiers and airmen coming across the state are going to be screened for that. And as long as we don't have any contraindications, we're going to safely administer this vaccine to kind of make a more medically ready force for deployability and safety across the state.
These New York National Guard soldiers and airmen are among the first medical and essential personnel to receive the vaccine, an important occasion to keep themselves safe and mission ready.
All done.
I think it's extremely important for soldiers and airmen to get this vaccine, just based on the fact of the nature that, they are out in these communities working at these warehouse missions, aiding in food distribution, hand sanitizer missions. They're working at testing sites. They're exposing themselves and they're being protected with PPE, but by them receiving the vaccine, it's adding a tertiary level of protection on top of that PPE. Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
For First Sergeant Seidenstein, being the first New York Army National Guard soldier vaccinated is important because it sets an example.
All right. I think it shows, first of all, leadership, that there's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. The whole thing, I think that the fear is worse than anything else. And throughout this entire process, even while having COVID, I try to show my soldiers that, fear is worse than anything else, that you can, overcome everything. And this is absolutely, especially with this shot, this process has been great.
Army Sergeant Michael Bazares, Cortland Manor, New York.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Kaplan, allergy immunology physician and medical director of immunizations at Naval Hospital Jacksonville. I appreciate concerns that you might have with receiving a new vaccine. After reviewing the currently available information, I truly believe that this vaccine is safe and effective. Despite its rapid development, which streamlined the red tape, it has been vetted through the same stringent quality and safety standards as other vaccines. If you get vaccinated, you'll be substantially less likely to get COVID-19. The vaccine might help keep you from getting seriously ill, even if you do get COVID-19. In most patients, the vaccine side effects have been mild. Like any vaccine, you should expect some injection site discomfort, fatigue, headache, and possibly a low-grade fever. Rest assured, these are good signs that your immune system is working to build up the protection needed. Historically, with vaccines, severe reactions have occurred very rarely, and I expect that this vaccine will be no different. The vaccines that are anticipated to get the first emergency use authorizations from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are messenger RNA vaccines. These vaccines don't affect or interact with our body's DNA in any way. These vaccines don't use live virus that cause COVID-19, so you cannot become infected with COVID-19 from these vaccines. These vaccines contain small sections of the messenger RNA that encode for the COVID virus's spike protein. Once injected into the patient, this messenger RNA instructs the body to produce the spike protein found on the virus, which in turn stimulates the body to produce a protective immune response. In order to provide significant protection, this vaccine requires a second dose. For the vaccine we anticipate getting, the second dose is needed 21 days after the first dose. I recommend considering the risks and benefits of vaccination in light of the risks from the COVID-19 pandemic, including the potential for long-term effects of the illness. I'm hoping to be one of the first to get this new vaccine, and I'll be recommending vaccination to my family and my patients when it's available. In addition to face masks, physical distancing, hand hygiene, and periods of restriction of movement, vaccines provide another tool to help stop this pandemic.
This is a safe vaccine. COVID as a disease affects every age group. It affects every person regardless of healthy or not. And are you willing to take that risk when we have a very safe and highly effective vaccine that will prevent you from getting severe COVID disease? If we reach a certain point where enough of us are vaccinated, we kind of get to go back to normal, or what we lived as normal before.
The Dallas-Fort Worth communities sleep well knowing their roofs were installed by the professionals at Thompson Roofing and Reconstruction. Our team of qualified professionals will work with you and the insurance company, getting you the best service with no hassle. But one of our experienced staff help you with any of your roofing needs. Visit us online or give us a call for a free estimate. Thompson Roofing and Reconstruction, the roofing name you can remember and always count on.